Hey everybody, welcome to another video today, and we are doing a special unboxing. I'm so excited of a brand new to me, Rough Rider long rifle pocket knife from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Alright, so let's take a look at the packaging. Take a real good look. It comes in a tin, folks. Isn't that beautiful? Made in China, but who cares? Come on. There's Teddy Roosevelt. There's some literature here, giving you some history. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that high quality right there? Man, you can't beat a Rough Rider knife. Look at that packaging. Let's get it open. Look at that nice, high-class velvet right here. Ooh. Get that out here. I think this might be a almost large, maybe a medium, sow belly, Stockman pattern. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, let me just wipe it off. Hold on. Use my t-shirt. It's got little moisture around it from the plastic bag. Look at that. Take a really good look right there, buddies. Take a real good look right there. It's the first time we're taking a look at it. Look at that fit and finish. I don't know about the finish, but the fit is just perfect. The fit is perfect. There's slight scuff marks here and there, but this whole thing, tax and delivery, cost me $25. Listed as around 18 something in change. Look at that half stop. See, it's got a half stop. Look at the blade. Long rifle. Alright, and it says, got the RR right there. And it says right here, what does that say? Let me see, what does that say? It's a RR2619 China RR2. I'm sorry, let me read it again. RR2619 is 440 razor sharp steel. 440 razor sharp steel. That's what it says. All right. Close this one up and open the sheep's foot. And then we'll open the all right. Now all of the blades do have a half stop. and giving you a really good look before I start talking about Rough Riders. I'm going to give you 10 reasons, 10 real good reasons why Rough Riders are such great knives to buy. All right. And the 11th one for the bonus. All right. So 10 reasons. Number one, the real number one reason, they're inexpensive. Okay. Less than 20 bucks. With tax and delivery, about 25. Okay. So you can't beat it, folks. For the price, you can't get better knives. 25 bucks. Today, where are you going to find a pocket knife built like this, made like this, look like this for 25 bucks? You know, the cheapest case knife, you might be lucky. If you're lucky, okay, get one of those real cheap ones. Maybe somewhere between 30 and 50 bucks. Okay, the cheapest one. And I'm talking maybe possibly used, all right? Number one, inexpensive. Number two, quality. Let me tell you something. This knife right here, I would venture to say I have case knife that cost 60 bucks and doesn't even measure up to this level of quality. No. Sorry to tell you that, folks, but I hate to bust your bubble. I know many of you like case. I like case too, but this knife right here is right up there. The quality of this knife is right up there with your average case knives that cost 3 or 4 times more than this knife. There you go. Quality right here. And does it cut? I mean, what more do you want a knife to do? You know what I mean? A pocket knife. Okay, what more do you want a pocket knife to do? Seriously. Seriously. Seriously, what more do you want a pocket knife to do? Okay. All right. So, number 3, styling and models. You're not going to find better looking knives or variety of different very good looking knives more so than the Rough Riders. They are so cool looking. Okay. They are some of the coolest looking pocket knives you'll find. Number 4, styling. As I said, no, I'm sorry. Number 4, warranty. Number 4 is warranty. Oh, do they have lifetime warranty like the expensive knives? I guarantee you this. I mean, if you have a problem with a Rough Rider knife and you contact Smoky Mountain Knife Work, they're not going to quibble with you. they're gonna just say, "Hey, look, buddy, how what kind of knife was it?" And you tell them, "Well, it was the Rough Rider long rifle series sow belly Stockman." And the blade is like, you know how it's supposed to have a half stop. It doesn't have it. Something's wrong. The spring is messed up, or there's a blemish on my scale, man, or the rifle thing is sticking out and it's catching and it's about to fall off or whatever. And you know what Smoky Mountain Knife is gonna say to you? Okay, we'll send you another one. And half the time they don't even ask for the messed up one back. They don't. I mean, yeah. So customer service and warranty. When you buy one of these Rough Riders, you ain't gotta worry. You ain't gotta worry. Smoky Mountain Knife Work is not gonna quibble with you over a $25 knife. Seriously, they stand by their product. They really do. All right, so let's move on with all that because warranty is not an issue. Number 5, availability. Not only is it inexpensive, but I guarantee you, if it's a model that Rough Rider still makes, you're gonna be able to get it. Okay, very rarely are you gonna have something that drops from Rough Rider and you're gonna have trouble getting it. Okay, if they no longer make it, now that's a different story. You might have to go to eBay, Amazon, and see if somebody has it that wants to sell it, whatever. But if it's a model that they still make, plenty of it. You don't have to pay some opportunist or some secondary market dude that's trying to rip people off. You don't have to pay an arm and a leg to get it. You just gonna be able to order it. These things are mass produced, so you're gonna be able to get a hold of it. And that's why I love Rough Riders, because you don't have to go pay somebody 3, 4, 5, 10 times what it's worth to get it because somebody's hoarding it in their mother's basement and whatever, this and that. So availability. Okay, that was number 5. Number 6, sharpness and usability. I have yet to have a Rough Rider knife, and I don't have that many. Maybe about a dozen Rough Rider knives, dozen to maybe 10 knives from Rough Riders, and every single one of them have been semi-sharp to way razor sharp. Okay, and they have all functioned well as a knife, and they have all been usable user knives. Okay, I use them to open packages. I use them to open snack bags. I use them to cut, slice, whatever. I have literally maybe 3-4 times a day I walk into my living room to get a Rough Rider knife, to walk back into the kitchen to cut something, when I don't want to use a big butcher knife and this and that, and I need a small knife to do a task. I always go to my Rough Riders. Usability, and they are sharp, okay? And some of them quite razor sharp. All right, one of my favorite pocket knives that sit next to me on the lampstand is a Southwest Edition Stockman, and I love that knife. It's very sharp. I use that knife daily. All right, number 7, worry-free use. You're not going to worry. You're not going to worry about this. Okay? You are not going to worry about this knife. You're going to carry it. You're going to use it. Okay? You're not going to worry about this knife getting damaged. You're not going to worry about losing it, because it's what? It's only $25. All right? You're going to use this knife. You're going to carry this knife. You're going to cherish this knife. You're going to like, okay, it's a cool looking knife. You don't want to ruin it. You don't want to damage it. But at the same time, if it does get ruined, if it does get damaged, you're not going to be hurting. You're not going to be crying about it. Because what you're going to do is basically order another one and get another one if you need to. But guarantee you, aside from, I think one of my pocket knives where the Rough Rider knife where the symbol or the label fell off and I simply just glued it back on. Okay. Other than that, I've had no issues with these knives breaking or malfunctioning or whatever, or falling apart. No, they're built very, very nicely. All right, so worry-free use. Okay, that's one thing I like about these knives. I don't worry about them. I just carry it and use it. And all right, so number 8, fun, absolutely fun knives. They are so fun to collect, so fun to have, so fun to look at. They're just totally fun, okay? Long rifle, bang, bang, you know? Look at that. That's beautiful. I love that. I'm so glad I got this. I got one now. You know, they come in a series, different patterns with the same shield, okay? So, yeah. So, moving on. Number 9. Investment. You're not buying these for investment purposes. They're not going to appreciate in value a lot. Rarely do they appreciate in value. I'm sure there are some Rough Riders that have been discontinued, Rough Rider knives that have been discontinued, and they are very sought after, and people are willing to maybe pay 2, 3, or maybe even 4 times more than what they originally cost just to get a hold of one. But they're not going to appreciate. They're not going to go up in value a lot. So people don't collect these to make money. They collect them because they're cool knives. They like knives, okay? And who knows? Maybe one day when Rough Rider stops making the long rifle series, or they just completely stop making them and they don't come back to making them, whatever, maybe one day this knife will become somewhat valuable. But investment-wise, nah, not so great. But collectible, they're very collectible. All right. Number 10, challenge and skills. Now, when you get a knife, sometimes they come out of the box sharp, sometimes they don't. But most of the time, Rough Rider knives come out of the box pretty sharp. Okay. So when you go to use a Rough Rider knife, and just like any other knife, it takes a certain amount of skill to make it look good, okay? And I'm gonna tell you, this knife is sharp, but it needs a little stropping to set the edge straight a little bit, okay? It's sharp, but when a knife is not catching right away to cut something, it needs a stropping. But as you can see, the blade is sharp. Okay, so it needs a slight sharp stropping. All right. But with a certain amount of skill, you can make any knife look good. And that's what I like about Rough Riders. You know, it's not just for beginners or novices. You know, any pro can take a Rough Rider knife and make it look just as good as any very expensive knife with a super steel. All right. And if you know how to sharpen your knives, if you have that skill, and you're good at it, you can make this knife one of the sharpest things out there. And edge retention, it'll hold its edge now. I mean, it's steel, okay? No matter what kind of steel it is, it's still steel, and it will hold the edge. Now, this knife right here, in comparison to $10 Walmart knife, no, This thing is horrible. I hate to tell you guys, I don't think that's 10. I'll be honest with you. I don't think that's D2. There's somewhere, somebody is lying to you, because there's no D2 on here. There's nothing that says D2 on the blade itself. So I don't think this is D2. I'll be honest with you. I think this is more like aluminum or something, because it's almost impossible to sharpen. And once I do get it sharpened semi, it does the edge retention is horrible. Okay, but Rough Rider, stainless steel, usually 440 and up. I'm gonna be honest with you, Smoky Mountain Knife Work, they're not gonna sell junk. They're not. So quality control from Smoky Mountain Knife Work is excellent. So these knives are all usable. All you have to do is just strap them a little bit, and they are awesome. Number 11, the bonus reason. Look at the packaging. Man, this is why this knife is so collectible, because they treat all of their knives with dignity. Dignity, folks. This is dignity right here. Boom. You can actually put this away as part of your collection proudly. I mean, if you give this knife to somebody who doesn't collect knives or doesn't know much about knives, and you give them to them as a gift like this, man, they would think, oh, this is an awesome pocket knife. Cool. Man. And they're going to be like, oh, I dropped it. And they're going to be like, I want to keep this. This is a cool box. I just dropped it. All right, here it is. I dropped it on the floor, concrete floor. And here's the report. You got your first torture test. Not a scratch. Blade still comes out. Cool. You can't talk about blade centering on a Stockman because they're all like, slanted and crooked, just so they could accommodate each other, the blades. So anyway, did you get a real good look? All right. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. And don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed of collecting inexpensive knives. They're fun. And the Rough Riders, they're all usable. They're all usable knives. Awesome knives. See ya.